Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, as Great Millstone, and Southeast brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And Apostle Arhad did a video titled, I believe, The Long Lines of Crusaders are Israelites, something like that, or Jake. But nevertheless, it was a video correcting the statement that a brother had made in the Chicago camp. He's a younger brother, so he made a mistake. And I see him in the video, and his response was basically learn something new every day. And I want to touch on this because if you just look at the time period of when these things happened, you would know it wouldn't be Edomites because of the prophecies. Okay? Remember, Esau was put away for 1,000 years. And that's just what I want to touch on. That's why we call them Caucasians today. So first I have a few pictures. I had Ellie Wright send me these. So we're going to start with the Byzantine Empire. Okay? And you see clearly Jake's. Then you're going to see some where they whitewashed, but then left some parts out that they didn't change. Okay? Like, why is his hands brown? So you can see they changed up top, but didn't change the bottom. Okay? Look at that hair texture. They did what they could. Iconoclasm. Here you go, some more Jakes. Look. So this is the Byzantine Empire, okay? Look at that hair. Look at the hands. They forgot to change some things. You can find this image and it's completely whited out. I believe it's the same picture. And the hands is still dark, like they fucked up. All right, these are Jakes. And then we fast forward to even in Europe, the other part of Europe, because the Byzantine Empire is also called Eastern Rome. That's when the Eastern Roman Empire. Okay? And the rulership was completely changed over then. All right, but you see, these are coastal arm of noble families. All right, this is British, the Moors of Yorkshire, including Henry VIII, Sir Thomas More. They all says Chancellor of Henry VIII. All right. Some more. They're just pictures, man. French, Dutch, Belgian families with names of Negroes. You see the pictures, pitch black, with the bandanas. Come on now. Same thing. French, Italian, Spanish, Polish. Look at some German with the names of Negro origin. Plus, you can see the pictures. Okay. And when Esau got in power, it took time for them to, take down the different parts of Europe and gain control. It wasn't an overnight thing. They got out. They hit up, the Eastern Roman Empire. Then got the papacy and went from there. Okay? German. Even recently, what did Russia display? They showed the black icons. All right? Even the Pope still bows down, even though it's an idol, to a black Madonna, because it was Negroes that set up the church early on. All right? When it was called the Holy Roman Empire, that was so-called Negroes ruling. And just like it took Esau time to get in power, it took time for Esau to finally be pushed away. Jake got positions of power, but then finally run Esau away. It says he was locked up for 1,000 years. That took time. All right? But that was really it on that. So, you look up the Byzantine Empire. You can do your own research on it. But you see the time period. It says it founded around 330 AD. And then it says it fell to who? The Ottoman Turks. And about 1453. What else happened in this same time period? Pope Alexander VI, what they call the first crime family. And we know crime means what? Crimson, which is red. Okay, so this is when Esau got back into power. But that's after he was chased away for that 1,000 years. That's why we call them Caucasians. Obadiah 1 and 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador sent among the heathen arising, let us rise up against her in battle. So this is about Edom. So well, I just keep reading. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart. Esau is small compared to the other nations that's on this planet, man. They're not the most popular, not the majority as the narrative says. There's not more so-called white people. Even if you collect them all, the white Germans, white, so-called white, I'm saying it according to their terms, white Germans, white Greeks, white Americans. You have to say that because these lands have populations, certain populations, all right? But it's other nations in these lands. And I say white, I mean white. I'm not talking about MENA, Middle Eastern, North Africans, because they classify them as white when they do a census. And that's why those numbers are so fucking puffed up. All right? Those numbers are bullshit. And you can look this up. MENA, Middle East, this is what they call it, so-called Middle Eastern, North African, man. When they come here, they're classified as white. And then you have what they classify as white Latinas. They also, if you're a certain light-skinned Latina, and they be happy to put white down. Fucking coons, Mexicans. All right? They're small, insignificant, and also in number. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? All right? Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. That's his heritage. That's what he likes. Mount Seir. All right? The Caucasus Mountains. Even Rome. Now, they call it like Capitol Hill, etc. Now, I mentioned Rome and Capitol Hill because of the infrastructure. What does it have in common? You look at Mount Seir. I just had a terrible typo. Esau didn't even help me out. I'm trying to get a good picture. Mount Seir's another one. Fuck, what's the other mountain? I've seen better pictures, but you can see the eagle and the columns. I could show Petra. Yeah, Petra works too. But even with Petra, the same thing. You see the columns. This is their infrastructure, man. All right? This is who Esau is. All right? This is their infrastructure. And this is when historians look at who migrated where in history, all this and that, they can say, oh, this people came and moved here because you can tell by the infrastructure. This is part of who you are. Okay? That's just facts. So we have these columns in these different mountainous regions because this is who Esau is. Fast forward today where it's modern. All right? They make their mountains. And what are they called? Skyscrapers, high rises. You get your loft. The higher you go, the more you pay because that's prestigious to them because this is what's in their heritage, is in their nature, is in their spirit. That dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high. That's why we call them Caucasians, because a lot of them were ran off into the Caucasus Mountains, and that's where they resided at. That's why they turned into cavemen at. All right? That's where they got the Nebuchadnezzar treatment. They became basically animals grunting And the 13th tribe goes so how they use the skulls of their ancestors to drink from. They pick bugs out of each other's hair. That's what happened, man. And that's prophecy. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What's his symbol? The eagle. All right. So let's get to Job 30. Let's get to Job 30. This is Job 30 and 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision. Now younger means more insignificant. Whose fathers I will have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, yeah. Dogs. Yeah. Whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine, and they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, they fled. Who cut up mallows by the bushes. What's my pictures I want to get? The pictures of the Moors. They had Edomites as servants. You can see them as servants. Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell where? In the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. This is why we call them Caucasians. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, children of base men. They were violent in the earth. And, there's accounts of where the Moors had to teach, the so-called whites, Caucasians, hygiene. And, of course, this prophecies tell us in Sirach, the 12th chapter, you put these devils by your side, eventually they will take over. And that's what happened. They took our spot and they rule now. It is what it is. But Jake had to fall anyway. It's prophecy. All right? It was only meant for Esau to put away for 1,000 years. Now, why do we say 1,000 years? Because the scriptures say so. This is Revelation 20 and 1. I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old Get out the damn window. And he laid hold on the dragon. My bad. Listen up. A dog's job is to warn you, so. Oh, they just watch people in the window. All right. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent. All right. That's enough, boy. That's enough. Move out. Don't come here. I wasn't calling you. Good job. He laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Well, this said the devil and Satan. How's you talking about? Oh, let's get the precept. This is Revelation 12. The scriptures break itself down, really, man. You just got to have eyes to see. So Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, which represents the nation of Israel. All right, we have the dream of Joseph when he saw the 12 tribes represented 12 stars. The mother and the father represented the sun and the moon. All right. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. So we know Jerusalem is delivering the man-child. This is also in the book of Isaiah. And this man-child is our Lord Yahweh Shai. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. There's something about that color red. Esau, Genesis 25, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. Who is the third part of heaven? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. This is who was left there. We just read about the stars. The 12 represent who? The 12 tribes. Okay? and did cast into the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it were born. And who did they go after why did Yahweh have to flee into Egypt? All right. Who did he flee from? The Romans. And she brought forth the man child who was to rule all nations. Like, notice talking about Yahweh Shai. With the rod of iron, her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne. Verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast down to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And this is going into his messengers, He's not just the leaders of Esau's going to fall, him and his armies, all right, his messengers. And not just them, even these heathens that's joined up with him, who also is carrying the same message. That's the 10 toes said it would try to mingle with the seed of men. All right? Well, fall, man. Okay? Plain and simple. And the 7 heads represent the 7 of the main natures of Esau. All right, and 10 horns represents essentially the same thing, but it's Europe. All right, and the 7, you got Greece, Spain, Britain, Germania Major, Germania Minor, America, Rome. That's what I almost forgot. I know I'm missing one. Rome. I ain't say Rome. How don't say Rome first? America, Rome. That's the main heads. All right, and then this 10 today will be the original members of the EU, which is the same nations that ruled with Rome. Rome was as little as place in Italy when you really think about it. But it ruled with its allies. Back then they were called what? The Visigoths, Gauls, Franks, Burgundians. Today they call French, Spain. All right. Portuguese is split from Spain, but that was all the same. All right. Ireland. Did I say Britain already? Germany. These same nations, man. And it started with what? The Treaty of Rome. The EU started with the Treaty of Rome. The precursor. The EEC and the Treaty of Rome. All right, led to the EU, man. Okay? And that led to them ruling with America, the new face of Rome. All right? And that's NATO. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It was the same thing. It's Esau ruling under the power of Rome. Not a monarchy, because remember, the fourth beast was different. It has a Senate house. It has a president, okay? But it still rules that iron. This is the beast whose daily one was here, Rome 2.0. Esau coming back in power, but in the power of Rome. It don't just stop with them taking over the lands of Europe and putting their kings and they people as the queen of Britain or Scotland or whatever. They took the Moors down, Jake down. They had to set up Rome 2.0, and here we are. The beast whose daily one was here. Who's the beast? The fourth beast. Come on now, keep up. There's Revelation 20. And 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit. And this pit is bottomless. Europe is called bottomless because it doesn't yield any it doesn't really yield increase, man. All right. It's a lot of thorns under the ground too. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And that after that, he must be loosed a little season. All right. And that's for Tamarin, the beast who deadly wound was healed, like you said earlier, 12 who deceived. He came back for a little season, but this after his 1,000 years of being put away. The Revelation made it clear that this is talking about a man. All right, that dragon, old serpent, is a man. And who is that man? Let's get Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau, laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, which is literal because this place will be a desert for desert creatures like different dragons, lizards. But also this man heritage is that of the dragon. He is that dragon, old serpent. Okay? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. We will return and build the desolate places. Rome 2.0. The beast whose deadly wound was healed. Thus saith the Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. All right? And the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. And you read 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, it makes it clear that Satan, the angel Satan, has a physical counterpart on earth. Just like the sons of God exist. The sons of the devil, the sons of the wicked exist. And that's Esau. All right? The so-called white man. And that beast, the old serpent, is Esau, but more specifically, it's them coming back in the spirit of Rome, with a Senate house, with making alliances, and that's how they ruled the planet. Okay, that's in the book of Maccabees. This is the first Maccabees 8. I'm gonna pull it up just so you can know and read through it. First Maccabees 8. Yep. All right, and then let's get this one more, because we're at the end of his kingdom. This Ecclesiastes, and this is why y'all broke. Ecclesiastes 4:14. Ecclesiastes 4:13. Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king who will no more be admonished. That old serpent, man. He's stuck in his ways. He like a deaf adder. Like it says in Psalms, I believe 58. He's not going to change his ways. For out of prison he cometh to reign. Well, okay, we just read about it. He was chased away, locked away for 1,000 years. Whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor. And that's what time we in, man. Clearly, this man is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the one that's been chased away, came out of prison straight to rulership. Malachi 1 and 4. He rebuilt, but the Lord will throw down. This is plain. So that's the 1,000 years, man. All right? And just knowing these certain prophecies will help us better with certain things in history. All right? We see through a glass darkly, so we can't pinpoint every major figure. Oh, this is a Jake. This is we know certain things through the spirit and prophecy. We have a general understanding. Everything else the Lord will give, man. Keep it one deep, not two. Hey, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone. And South East brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.